Hello, hello, and welcome to another tutorial with me, Infinite Cherry, otherwise known as just Megan is fine too. Today I have for you this really beautiful teal and turquoise with some glitter and some pops of pink look for you, and I'm really excited about it because I think it looks really good. I think it turned out really well. This started out for me today as just like me playing with makeup, and I didn't really know where I was going with it, so I'm happy with how it ended up. It looks really amazing. Not to toot my own horn or anything like that, but I'm just really pleased as punch with how this came out, basically. So if you are interested in seeing how I got this look and what products I used to get this look, then you're in the right place. You know what to do. Don't touch that dial. Just stay tuned because the tutorial is coming up right now. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and do the other side now. Well, the side that I haven't done that you haven't seen me do. So first thing that I already did was I used my Urban Decay Primer Potion for anti-aging benefits all over my eyelid. So you don't need to see that because that's boring. And the next thing that I'm gonna do is my standard highlight color, which is from MAC. It is Mylar, which is that one right there. So for us pale girls, it's a really good one because it's nice and bright, so it highlights really well, but it's like just enough that you can tell that I have highlight going on, basically. Next thing I'm going to do is my transition color, which is from the Kat Von D Shade and Light Eye Palette. I cannot tell if that is in frame or not because there's just reflections galore going on. And the colors that, or the one color that I'm going to use is this one right here called Lazarus. So we're going to use that one as the transition color because it's a really nice, cool toned, taupey brown. So I'm going to take that on a fluffy brush and just do that in the crease area, obvi. And it doesn't have to be perfect because it's barely gonna show, but just so when I do all the blues and such, it'll blend out a lot nicer. So the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of my crease color in my crease. So for that, I'm using a sleek palette. This one that I have is the Ultra Mattes version 2. And the color that I'm going to be using is this one right here, which is called Orbit, which is just a really beautiful, like turquoise, no, teal is the color, I looked it up. Really beautiful, like teal color that's kind of got like a smokiness to it. It's really beautiful. I think I said that already. Whatever, we're doing it. So this is gonna go all in the crease. And on the other side, I was really kind of messy with it because I didn't care. And I just wanted to kind of get it in there, so that's what we're doing. Now the next thing that I'm going to do is to just kind of soften that up and just bring a little bit more dimension into what's going on. I'm going to take MAC's Steamy, which is this beautiful shimmering turquoise color. Go back in with a fluffy brush and basically just go over Orbit, because why not? And because I love this color. Okay, and then I'll refine that a little bit more later. So no worries there. I'm just gonna go ahead and move on now and do something to just deepen up the crease a little bit and again add a little bit more dimension. So for that we're using MAC Green Bottle. No, I'm dyslexic. Bottle Green. And for that, just taking a little bit on my Urban Decay. This was the electric palette brush, which I love. It's really great for detail work. It's also really great for if you're going to be doing a cut crease. I'm not doing a cut crease today, but you know, in the future, if that's something you're interested in, highly recommend. So I don't need that to be perfect. I'm just basically putting it in there to, again, just deepen up the crease a little bit. And then the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go back into Orbit from the Sleek palette and pick that up and just go over that just to blend it and deepen it. And then next I'll go back with Steamy to add the shimmer back in. So here I am now with Steamy, adding that back. I've lost a bit of the bottle green, so I'm going to go back in very lightly and just deepen it again. Okay, so the next thing that I'm going to do, because I'm pretty happy with how the crease looks, I might go back later, of course, and just fix some things, but for right now, I'm, you know, liking how it's looking. So the next thing I'm going to do is take this Lunatic Cosmetics Lab primer. It's a white base primer. I'm just going to take a little bit of that on a little, it's meant for concealer, but I'm going to use it as my base brush and just paint that on the eyelid. So now I'm going to use one of these Coastal Scents little mini samples of their mineral eyeshadow. This one is in the color called Island Dream, and I'm going to take that on just like a very small eyeshadow pointed brush and just start building that on top of the white base. Alright, so now that we've got that going on, now I'm going to go ahead and go back into my various crease colors and whatnot and just blend the outer corner into the mineral shadow that I just did, and hopefully it makes everything look nice and seamless. So I'm going to go into Orbit first and just get, actually I think I'm just going to do Orbit because I think that's what I did on the other side, because it gives this really nice gradient effect, and you can really see Orbit pop against all the different colors and it looks really pretty. So now that we've blended Orbit into Island Dream, I'm now going to do an inner corner highlight, and for that I'm using this little pigment from Bare Minerals called Ice Queen, one of my favorites and kind of like my alternative to Sugar Pills Lumi because I don't have that, and this looks very similar, so I'm good with that. So I'm just going to take that on a small eyeshadow brush and just pat that right over here. So like I said, I don't have Sugar Pills Lumi, but I'm imagining that it's probably very close to this color. So we're pretty much done for the top eyelid portion. Now I'm just going to prep my under eye area and then we'll move on to that. So I'm just going to clean up around my eye and also along the edge on the end over here. And for that, I'm using my favorite product probably in the world, and I really recommend these. These are, let me show them. These are the Almay oil-free makeup remover cotton round thingamajigs. Alright, so now that we've got that going on, I'm also going to prep my eye area, like I said. For that, for underneath, I'm going to go ahead and go back into my Lunatic Cosmetics Lab eye base, white eye base primer with Majig. And for this, so I've gone back to this little concealer brush. Okay, so now that I have that where I want it, I'm going to be using another color from MAC. So it is this one. It's called Jewel Blue. I think it was limited edition or something. I don't think it's being made anymore. So I don't know, you could probably use Electric Eel, which probably looks the exact same. And I'm gonna just take that on a pointed eyeshadow brush again and just tap that in place. And once I have that in place, I'm just gonna go in with a fluffy crease brush and just kind of blend it a little, smoke it out a little. I lost some of my inner corner highlight, so I'm just gonna touch that up a little bit with my small brush again. So I'm gonna do a little pop of color inside the waterline. To start, I'm gonna be using this OCC pencil in Feathered. So it's just a white pencil. Okay, so now that I have the pencil down, I'm going to go ahead and go into my color now, which I'm using from the Urban Decay Electric Palette. It is this guy right here, Savage. So I'm going to use the brush that comes with the palette again, and I'm just going to pick up some of that Savage on the brush. I'm using the smaller end of the brush, and I'm just tapping off any excess because I don't want it going in my eyeball. And now I'm going to tap that onto the white pencil part. So now you have that nice bright pop of pink and it looks really pretty. And just so now we can do the fun part. So the fun part for me is using glitter. So I'm using two different glitters. The main glitter that I'm using is from Lit Cosmetics. It is called Mother Earth. It is a really beautiful mix of blue and green glitters. So just like how you would see Earth from space, I suppose. It's gonna have that nice mix of blue and green. And I am using the Lit Cosmetics Clearly Liquid Glitter Adhesive for the adhesive. And I'm using the brush that the little kits come with. And basically, just go at it and tap it in. Like Happy Gilmore. So once you feel like you have an adequate amount, then you can move on to your next glitter. So the next glitter that I'm using is from Coastal Scents, and it is called Ballerina Dream, and it's this pretty iridescent light pink. Doesn't really look light pink once it's on, so it doesn't really matter. I just figured since it has, I don't know if you can see, it has like, you know, the multi-dimensional holographic shimmers in it. I just figured like if I put a little bit of that just over the inner corner, it will kind of just make it pop a little bit more. So I'm just very lightly tapping it on top of where I put Ice Queen, and there's that. So I'm gonna throw on some eyeliner really quick. I'm also gonna just put a little bit of under eye concealer under my eyes, and the reason I do that afterwards is because I don't want, you know, a lot of eye makeup under there, and I just want it kind of in the places where you would see if there's like dark circles or whatever. So yeah, so I'm gonna go do that really quick, and then we'll come back and check out what else is going on with the rest of my face. So be right back. And we're back. So I finished up this eye by doing eyeliner. I also put on false lashes, of course, as you can probably tell. And the lashes that I'm using today are from Lena Lashes, and they are in the style Glamorous. So these ones are really great because they are super luxurious, and they're mink, and as you can probably tell, they're freaking hella long. You know, they have drama to them, but they don't overpower my eyes. And then of course I also did just my face makeup off camera too, because it doesn't matter and I'm not going anywhere, so I didn't do like you know, a lot of face makeup. So, but I will tell you what I did. And for that I did the L'Oreal Infallible powder. It's supposed to be matte. It's not really, but whatever. I just have really oily skin. And then for my highlight, I did from MAC. It is my Lightscapade highlighter, which I love. And then for blush, I did a little bit of Benefit's Dallas, which I also love. So we have that for the face. Now I'm going to show you what I'm going to be doing for my lips. So I really love the shade from Melt Cosmetics called Shady Lady. It's like this ridiculously bright, like fuchsia pink color, and I love the look of it, and I really wanted to order it this past weekend, but I refrained because I felt like I had something similar maybe. So I tried it out, and it looks like that this could be an alternative for me. Who knows if in the future I might still buy Shady Lady, but for right now I'm happy with just pretending like I have something similar. So first thing I'm going to do is use an OCC pencil. This one is in the color Hoochie. So I'm going to line my lips with that first. I kind of filled in just a little bit with the pencil, but the color that I'm going in with next is from Sephora. You can't get it anymore, I'm sorry. But it was last year, was part of like a limited edition collection for like bright summer lip colors. So I have this one, it's called Hot Bikini. And when I was looking at Shady Lady, I was thinking like this could probably be a dupe for Shady Lady. It's not exactly, it's not as purpley as Shady Lady is, which is why I went in with Hoochie first. But you know, I tried it on my lips, looked at a picture of Shady Lady and was like, maybe it's similar enough. Maybe I can deal with it, whatever. Okay, I'm just gonna go back with the Hoochie pencil and just kind of clean up the lines. And that is the look. So I'm really enjoying this. It started out today as just an experiment. I didn't really know where I was going with this. All I knew is I wanted teal and turquoise and a pop of pink somewhere and to try on this lip. So I think it worked out pretty well. I'm really enjoying this. If you liked it, please go ahead and give me a thumbs up. If you have something to say, go ahead and leave that down in the comments. And if you like me in general and you want to see more from me, of course you can subscribe, because that's how you're going to see all of my new stuff, obviously. So do all that stuff. Get back to me later, and stay weird. See you guys in the next one.